Hey, my friend. I got that kid I was talking to you about here. I'm gonna put him on the phone and let you talk to him, okay?
Hello?
Is that Frank?
Yes.
Hi, Frank. This is Jimmy Hoffa.
Glad to meet you.
Glad to meet you, too, even if it's over the phone. Our friend speaks very highly of you.
Thank you.
Only 3 people in the world have one of these. And only one of them is Irish.
I heard you paint houses.
No, please. No, please.
Mr. Al Pacino.
Yes.
Listen, this movie is an experience. It's great. 3.5 hours, not one dull moment.
Oh, my.
It tells the story of the mob,
Yes.
of America,
Yes.
and it does it through Jimmy Hoffa. Why is that a good way to do it?
I don't know. See, when Bob read this book, I Heard You Paint Houses, there was something in it that he saw. He saw a story. He saw this sort of triangle between the Joe Pesci character and my character, and that meant a story to him. And Steve Zalian wrote this text. This whole thing took years, I mean, close to 10 years before it came. And I think Hoffa at the time, and this book that describes this guy Frank Sheeran as someone who went through it, and in a confessional tells the story of his sins. Yeah. At the same time, it zeroes in on the relationship with these 2 people, and of course his daughter. One of his, I think he had 4 daughters, who turned on him, who knew somewhere that he was not a
good man.
Yes, I do, sir.
Where are you going?
going to work.
Well, you know, there's a situation going on now, Frank. Big business and the government, they're trying to pull us down.
You might be demonstrating a failure to show appreciation.
It's full of regret. It's poignant.
Yeah.
To me, the words that comes to mind seeing this movie is requiem. You know, because it's towards the end of the life. You're looking back.
Yes.
And I think it, at least to me, I mean, I don't know. I want to ask you if it resonated for you all working together, having shared so much history.
Didn't know it. Because we're in the moment. We're in the time we're living through these characters. It wasn't until I saw it. And I saw what Scorsese had done. Because he was expressing something that was coming out of him. I don't even know how, it's hard to define how it came out, but he's a great artist. And so that's what came out of it, because he's using a world that we all are familiar with, and he's made movies about it before, but like he said, he was looking at it through a different lens.
Yeah.
And in doing so, he was able to summon up that stuff in him. You know, he was able to access his own life, his own vision of the world, and that's sort of what I think comes as kind of an afterglow.
Yeah.
Somebody told me recently, the other day, that they felt when they saw it that they had afterward read a novel, and they were left with that feeling, and I thought that's what I felt when I saw it, that I had read a novel, and it's a strange feeling.
Yeah.
It's kind of a, it's not that it's sentimental, but you feel moved in a way, and it's kind of weird because you're not used to being moved in that way.
It's a twilight. It's a twilight of the mob, of those characters.
That's right.
But let me posit this. For me, and I believe many others that have grown up watching you all, we've grown up together. We've been watching your work. And Marty telling us the story over and over is telling us one, you know, last time. And it's poignant. Did that feel like it for you? This generation of great actors up there all together?
I mean, that's moving to me, hearing it now. It didn't feel that way. But it's wonderful to hear about that, though. Because, I mean, you don't watch yourself like that. You don't look at yourself like that if you're in a position. It's just a different, it's a different dynamic. But still, I can relate to it. I can relate to it.
Last question, Marty, finally working with Martin Scorsese.
Oh, my, well, like they say, first time, I hope it ain't the last. You know, he's great.
I think he saw something in you. He might call you back.
I hope so.
Yeah, I think so. Right?
Talk to him. Talk to him.